Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the My Lead System Pro Morning Wake Up Call. My name is Dean Black, and I want to thank everybody, especially Katie from Boise, Idaho, for coming out on the call during the intros, just saying hello, chatting a little bit, getting to know people in the community. Katie is brand new last night, and what I was saying on the call, she did exactly what I did. As soon as I joined, I need to get in and plug into the community. Get on every call and get on the webinars and soak in everything so that I can be successful. And it works. It works. So, cool. Welcome, Katie. Everybody go into the Facebook group and welcome Katie and say hello. Also want to thank everybody for listening to this on the recording, because you know how important it is to pull and do a little personal development every day, and that's what this call is about, a little motivation, personal development, mindset stuff that goes on. And our calls after this are done for the week. You know, we run calls Monday through Friday. This is kind of the last call for alcohol, April. Did I do that because of your previous experience? This is the last call for the week. Now, next week we have a lot of calls. Check your back office for the information and the links that you can send out to invite your guests, okay? Live the Dream is coming up in 1 month. 1 month, less than a month, because this is the 4th. And the 4th is when we're going to do the Quick Start Intensive on Monday, okay? So if you're brand new, or if you've been struggling and you just don't know, there's some pieces you need to fit together, something like that.
Dean Black.
Yes.
I lost the call, so just make sure I'm not interrupting you.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good, April. Hang tight.
Okay.
If go to your back office. I want to see everybody at Live the Dream. Okay, I want to shake your hand. Love to see you go across the stage. If you can get to be an L1, you still have time. You could do it. And check out the information. Quick Start Intensive. I'm going to be teaching some of the classes. Brian Finale and Norbert and other of the leaders will be in there teaching you kind of hands-on stuff. So go back in there and check it out. All right. Now, without further ado, L4, April, you're going to tell me. I get these wrong all the time. She's a master
I'm L3. Push into L4. You can call me L4.
She's an L4, man. She's a rock star.
I'm doing a lot of visualization, so.
Yeah, man. April Marie Tucker, who's awesome. She's fantastic. Love April. She has great information, always has super energy, and we're really honored to have her in this community. So, L3, L4 leader, April Marie Tucker. Good morning, April.
Well, you guys, thank you, Dean. You're so awesome. You really are. You're just so awesome at these intros and these calls. And more power to you, brother. I love you. And Mary, too. I love this community. I'm actually in my backyard right now, and I'm kind of fired up, so you better watch out. New month, guys. Happy October. Who's excited about October right now? I know, for me, if I look back at my business, I know October for me is where it just everything just catapults, right? Everything I do right now is what makes my 2014. So when I started this month, October 1st was the start of a brand new quarter. It's fourth quarter for me. And also I started a challenge. So, I kind of look back and I look at my last 3 months of every year have always been my best months. Always where I make the most money. It's the busiest season, and most people will tell you that this is right now. And even going into 2014, those next 3 months, this is the busiest part of our business. This is the busiest time. Right now, it starts now. So everything we do right now, okay, starts our 2014 and pushes us into 2014. So when I look back at kind of when I first started and things like that, I didn't know, that this was the busiest time of the year. I didn't know any of that stuff. But I did, I don't even know, by coincidence, really get started with MLSP and all of that back in September of 2010. That's when I really made that decision, right? So what I did was I challenged myself, okay? So you don't necessarily have to be in a full-blown challenge like I'm doing with my team right now. We're doing a full-blown challenge. It's called the Total Transformation Challenge. But you could literally challenge yourself You could get Biz Builder Pro, which is it's a brand new course in your back office, has all of the challenge information that you'll need to actually challenge yourself. Now, why do you want to do a challenge? Now, this is, for me anyways, and I can tell you what I'm already seeing, and we're only on day 4, guys. We're only on day 4. But what I am seeing is that people are producing way more than what they normally would because they're really challenging themselves to make sure that they get their content out every day, that they get their emails out every day. We're also doing more like a accountability type group where we're like, okay, this is what we have to do today. I'll say what I need to do, throughout the day. I need to get my emails out. I need to get my content out. I need to talk to people. I've got a call. I've got a webinar. I've got whatever it is that I have to do for that day. So I say it in the group. They say it in the group. And it just reaffirms everything, and it makes it real. So what I'm seeing is people are holding themselves very accountable, and they're really pushing through and getting way more done and making way more progress. And really, if I think about it, I'm like, what will their first 90 days be like? And let's say they're just brand new and they're just getting in, and they're taking the next 90 days seriously, right? And really challenging themselves. What is their business really going to look like in the next 90 days? It's going to be transformed. It's going to be a new business, a whole totally new business. You won't even recognize your business if you seriously take the next 90 days and be as consistent as you possibly can in the next 90 days. Your business will not look the same. You won't even recognize it. There's no doubt in my mind. And just to get back, I kind of sometimes ramble on, but get back when I started in 2010, I didn't know what a challenge was. I didn't know what a blog was. I didn't know what anything was. The only thing I knew how to do was click the upload button on, actually, just Facebook. I didn't even have a YouTube account at that time. I think I started my YouTube like later in September. And what I decided to do was create a video every day. Now, I got this idea from a book called Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. And I read that book, and it was like, I swear it was like somebody sent that book to me because I had to read it. I mean, that was probably my biggest aha moment reading that book, right? So I do recommend it if you haven't read it yet. But I decided to take it upon myself. Here I am, brand new, knew nobody in the industry, brand new still to network marketing, like never had any business experience. I was a cocktail waitress, you guys. I was a cocktail waitress. I worked from 8 o'clock at night until 7 o'clock in the morning. Very difficult for me to do this, but I did it anyways. And what was even more difficult was my fear of video. And don't ask me. I just decided it was a great idea because Gary Vaynerchuk said he made $1 million or turned his father's wine business into $1 million business by creating video. And I was like, shoot, I could do that. Let's just create a video. But I remember my first video. I stopped there and I said, I can't do this. I kept telling myself repeatedly, I can't do this. And then I started telling myself, do it, just do it, just do it. Who cares? Just do it. And finally, like within an hour, I finally got a video out, and it sucked. It was horrible. I sucked. I'll admit it. We all suck. It's just in the beginning, you're going to suck. But what happened was I transformed myself because I did it over and over and over and over and over again. I would say probably for a long, I don't know. I don't even know. I didn't really pick a time frame. I don't remember what the time frame was, but it was probably more than 90 days. But I just created a video every day, and I developed a huge following on Facebook even. I went from having 20 friends on Facebook and within, probably a 90-day period having, 1,000. And people started following me and really engaging with me. People started joining my business. I started getting leads. Before I knew it, within a year of only being in business and being an MLSP, everybody knew me. I remember going to Live the Dream in 2011 and everybody saying, I know you. I see you all over Facebook. And I'm not saying that's going to be your strategy, but I'm saying to really focus on something that you're going to do every single day that scares you. Because this is what I did. I said, this scares me. So I challenged myself every day until it just became second nature for me. Then it was just like, a video, who cares? Let's just get in front of the video and rock on, man. Because I'll tell you another really interesting thing, too, is because I'm going through, like, Brian Tracy course right now. And he says the most successful salespeople, the most successful marketers are marketers that can speak on their feet. It's people that can just, get up there, just speak on their feet. So what will happen to you is through video, because you're practicing this and you're doing this for the next 90 days, or whatever your goal is. Maybe you're only going to do it for the next 60, whatever. Okay, you're going to have so much practice that you're going to be an awesome speaker. Like, people are just going to be drawn to your videos because you're just going to be so comfortable now. You're not going to be having that fear, because at first people won't really be drawn to you, because people smell fear. They just smell it. So if you're fearful at first, the only way that you're going to get over it is actually challenging yourself to conquer that fear every single day. And then eventually the fear is just like, hey, what's that? Who knows what that is? So that's what I really encourage you guys to do for the next 90 days to close out your 2013, because maybe you're just not thinking about that yet. Maybe you're thinking about right now because you're new. Like Katie, she's brand new. She's probably just thinking, well, I'm an information overload. This is kind of crazy. Well, what's going to be your challenge if you're brand new? How are you going to challenge yourself if you're brand new? Are you going to challenge yourself by pushing through the getting started section as fast as possible, as humanly possibly as you can, not worrying about if you mess up or if you suck or any of that? You guys don't have to get this all at once. You're going to suck, just prepare for it. It's going to be bad before it's good. It always is. So challenge yourself to get through that as fast as possible. Pick your marketing strategy. And I don't want to hear about this, I'm afraid to do videos or this or that. I will tell you right now, you will quadruple. You will earn 1,000% more than the people who are not doing video in their marketing. That's why it's so critical. You guys, you don't even understand how powerful video is. I am fortunate enough that, hey, I had this bright idea that I would do video from the start, right? Well, what have I done? I've increased my income by 1,000%. I've been able to excel more rapidly than anybody else in this that doesn't do that, right? So if they're just out there and they're just creating articles, or if they're just out there and they're doing some not MySpace, but Facebook pay-per-click, and they're not doing anything else, they're not monetizing, they're not building relationships, they're not doing this stuff. So challenge yourself to do that. If that's something that's very fearful for you, and I'm telling you my story because I want to inspire you. I want to inspire you. I was somebody who thought they were nobody. I was somebody that thought that they would never make it in doing anything in their life. I was a single mom, cocktail waitress, pregnant at the age of 17. So if that doesn't inspire you, I don't know. You're going to have to check your pulse, right? So just get out there for the next 90 days, challenge yourself to do something that you're so scared of. Get over that fear, and especially I'm talking to you new people, because I know a lot of you pros out there, you guys are fine in front of the camera. But maybe you're something that you want to practice, like if you wanted to practice presenting, right? Let's say you wanted to do more webinars. Let's say you wanted to get really good at doing webinars or presenting on Hangouts or whatever. What would you do? You'd do more Hangouts. You'd do more webinars. You challenge yourself for the next 90 days to, do 3 a week, 4 a week, until you got really good, insanely good at it, that nobody could touch you. So I want to know I want you guys to write it down and think about what you're going to do for the next 90 days that, you need to be, because that's the thing. You have to master your craft, right? You have to master some of these skills. Some of the most important skills that you can have is presenting in this industry, presenting. Okay, so if you want to master that skill, what are you going to do? You're going to do it over and over and over and over and over and over again until you're awesome at it. And that's how you're going to do it. So, guys, that's what I challenge you guys to do today is set your goals for the next 90 days. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to master? What craft do you want to master? If you haven't mastered presenting, then what are you going to do about that? If you haven't mastered video marketing, what are you going to do about that? All right? One of the key components to putting all of these puzzle pieces together is presenting and creating content. I'm actually going to talk more about that on Tuesday's Hangout at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You guys need to make sure that you join us for that, because I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk with you about content creation and monetizing your lists and building relationships, and really, so that's where the money's really made. All of this lead generation stuff and all that stuff is gravy and everything. You guys you want to do that because you want to get them on your list, but it's what happens after you get them on their list. Because people on average have to really buy, in order for them to buy from you, they have to see your ad at least 9 times, right? They have to see you. Actually, I wouldn't even say it's an ad because you're not an ad, right? But you have to have exposure to it about 9 times before they actually buy something. The only way you're going to do that is to monetizing your list, putting you in there. So if you guys even have, questions about your autoresponder, because, we do the GBO and I did the training for that in your back office, make sure you show up for this because I will answer all of those. Bring your questions. We're just going to have a hula. We're going to have some fun because that's what I like to do, but we're also going to make sure that you guys are groomed for all the success for 2014 that you are definitely deserving to have. So let's make sure that we get on Tuesday's Hangout and also make sure that you got to live the dream. Cannot stress this enough. You guys need to come and shake hands with me. You need to come and give me a hug. You need to give Dean a hug. And Katie, if you're new, I was new once as well, guys, and I remember it was Live the Dream 1. I didn't know what it was, so I didn't go. I wish I did. And I remember at the time I just didn't pay attention to it because like I said, I really didn't start getting going and involved with MLSP until September. And I think they had their event in October, so I just had no idea what it was. But can you just do me this one thing? If I would have just known and trusted somebody that was going, right? Because I didn't really have anybody to mentor me in MLSP either. And I didn't know to plug in and call. I didn't know to do a lot of stuff. I did a lot of stuff wrong. But learn from my mistakes. Get to live the dream because it is where you will catapult your business. In 2012, I did make it to Live the Dream, and I literally left that event creating a team of about 400 people within 6 months after that event. Completely transformed my business. So that is one of the reasons why you want to get there, but it's also the people that you're going to meet. It's the networking. It's the relationships that you will build. It's the handshaking, the hugging, and even some of the tearful moments, because I remember crying at Live the Dream too. So it's all of those things. That's when it becomes very real. I remember, actually, I did a call with Dean, and he said it's where it becomes real. It's true. It becomes reality. All this becomes reality. You'll realize there's a lot of people just like you out there that want to make it happen, and it becomes reality. And you leave with a fire inside of you. You will leave that event with a fire inside of you, ready to rock your business into 2014. I guarantee it. So get your tickets to Live the Dream, and I will see you guys there in San Diego. I'm so excited. Can't wait to see Dean and Mary and Brian Finale and Norbert and Michelle Pasqualito and Mark Harbert and Frank Marino and all of our friends here and all the leaders that you get to see every day in MLSP. You actually get to meet them. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, guys, you have a fantastic day. I will see you guys on Tuesday's Hangout. And just make it a great end of your 2013. Let's push into 2014. And I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.